We all crave validation. It is a fundamental human need. We want to be seen. We want to be appreciated. And most of all, when we have a brilliant idea, we want the world to know that we were the ones who came up with it. But there is a dangerous line between healthy confidence and destructive pride. There is a moment where the desire for credit becomes more important than the success of the mission itself. Author Leslie B. Flynn tells a fable about two ducks and a frog that illustrates this perfectly. It's a funny story with a tragic ending, and it explains exactly why pride is often the very last thing you feel, right before you hit the ground. The story begins in a pond that was home to a frog and two ducks. They were the best of friends. But nature can be cruel, and a scorching summer began to dry up their home. The water receded, the mud cracked, and it became clear. If they stayed, they would die. The ducks, of course, had a solution. They could simply fly away to a new lake miles away. But they loved their friend the frog, and they didn't want to leave him behind. But frogs can't fly, and the journey was too far to hop. They needed a plan, and suddenly they had one. The plan was brilliant in its simplicity. The ducks would hold a sturdy stick between their bills. One duck on the left, one on the right. The frog would then bite onto the center of the stick and hang on. And it worked. As the ducks flapped their wings, the trio rose into the air. They were soaring over forests and fields. The frog was doing something no frog had ever done before. He was flying. He was safe. He was successful. Down below, a farmer was working in his field. He looked up and saw this incredible sight. Two ducks carrying a frog on a stick. He was amazed. He shouted up at them. "Well, isn't that a clever idea? I wonder who thought of that." Now, the frog could have just kept his mouth shut. He was flying. He was escaping death. He was with his friends. But hearing that farmer ask who thought of that triggered something deep inside his ego. He couldn't bear the thought of the ducks getting the credit. So the frog opened his mouth to shout, "I did!" And the moment he opened his mouth to claim the credit, he lost his hold. He fell to the earth. The lesson? He literally died for the applause. Pride goes before a fall. We've heard the saying 1,000 times, but this story visualizes it physically. Think about the frog's position. He had everything. He had a support system, the ducks. He had a vehicle for success, the stick. He was achieving the impossible. The only thing he didn't have was public recognition from a stranger. And that one missing piece was enough to make him let go of his lifeline. This is what Leslie Flynn meant by built-in hazards. Pride blinds us to what is actually keeping us aloft. When we are focused on saying, "Look at me," we stop focusing on "hold on tight." History is littered with this. As the prompt for this video mentioned, pride has been the major cause of the fall of humans and angels alike. It is the desire to be the one, to be the god of your own story. When you are part of a team at work, or a relationship, or a community, and things are going well, that is the flight. But the moment you try to isolate your contribution and say, "This is all happening because of me," you isolate yourself from the support system that put you there. So how do we apply the lesson of the frog onward? It's about practicing quiet confidence. If the frog had stayed silent, he would have landed at the new pond. He could have told the other frogs his story after he landed. But he needed the validation during the process. Here is the takeaway. Credit is a byproduct, not the goal. If the goal is survival or success, let the results speak for themselves. Recognize your ducks. None of us fly alone. We all have people, systems, or privileges holding up the stick. Acknowledging them keeps you grounded, or in this case, keeps you in the air. Keep your mouth shut until you land. Don't sabotage your success by trying to sell it before it's finished. The frog had a clever idea. He really did. But his need to be known as the smart one was greater than his desire to be the safe one. Next time you feel that urge to interrupt someone, to claim credit in a meeting, or to post a humble brag, just to make sure people know how hard you're working, remember the frog. Hold onto the stick, enjoy the flight, and let the farmer think whatever he wants. Humility is the safety net. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, hit that like button, and I'll see you in the next video.